Hey, what's up? This is Chosen. This is going to be a quick one here in the afternoon. We're getting close to the daily reset with a CVC clan versus clan match starting tomorrow. And I was talking about this on stream. I don't know if I've done a dedicated video about this here on the channel. I thought it was a good type of video to be kind of the second video of the day. Just some quick tips for CVC that people mess up all the time, and it causes them to get way less points for their team in CVC. So we're going to cover these quick CVC tips for you to avoid making massive mistakes and getting way less points. Let's get into it. Alrighty, so first of all, a quick one. So I'm recording this video kind of right about when the daily reset is going to happen. And if you go into the Faction Wars map, you can see that in about exactly 1 hour, we are going to be getting the daily reset and we will have new Faction Wars keys. Well, there's a little bit of a window of like 12 hours where if you farm your Faction Wars right when they reset before CVC, you're wasting all of those points. So what you want to do is wait until CVC starts so you get credit for these Faction Wars clears, and then you can do 3 days of Faction Wars during CVC instead of just 2. Because if you look at that countdown right up there, 9 hours 48 minutes, you can make it bigger right here, starts in 9 hours and 40 minutes. That means we have this like 9-hour gap between the daily reset and when Faction Wars starts. So if you run your Faction Wars during that 9-hour gap, you just missed out on all those points you could have gotten with CVC. So be patient. The daily reset right before CVC. Maybe hold off on spending some energy. Hold off on your Tag Team Arena tokens as well. Tag Team Arena is a big source of points in CVC. So if you're able to play in Tag Team 3v3 Arena, the same exact tip would apply over there. You want to wait on your Faction Wars, wait on your Tag Team Arena, and really take it easy in that 10-hour window or whatever before CVC starts. But then another massive mistake that people make, and you know, this isn't even really a mistake. This is a blunder on Raid and Plarium's part. This really shouldn't be a thing. If you know why this is a thing, maybe let me know. I've definitely told them behind the scenes that this should probably change. But for whatever reason, during CVC, you do not want to check the Super Raids button right here because you will not get double the rewards for CVC. So you'll basically be getting half the points for your energy that you would if you turned off super raids and ran dungeons normally. So be really careful running super raids in dungeons during CVC. I would avoid it unless you are like losing by a ton or winning by a ton and it isn't going to matter and you don't really care about your points, then go ahead and do super raids. But if you're in a contested match that you're trying to win, you're probably going to want to turn off super raids and try to maximize your CVC points per energy. And also another quick minor one is that people sometimes don't think that they can actually open this up and click to view right here. And then you can see what is going to be boosted. So you can see the 2x of the campaign objectives and the 2x for the dragon objectives. And then also the forge objectives right here, which that's kind of another pro tip is I always try to make sure that I get full on a Magisteel like literally the night before CVC. So right here, I hit 10,000 today on my Magisteel and I'm going to be ready to just pound out a ton of crafting materials here, which is going to pay off big because it starts off with a 2x. And I also kind of manage my materials like perception and resilience here in Faction Wars. Everything maxes out at 10,000, so I kind of try to keep everything so it's going to get close to maxing out, and then I can slam a bunch during CVC. And this is why the arena is important even for me. I've got my Great Hall maxed out, but the arena is still a great source of Magisteel, and I usually run this down to about 7,000 to 8,000, somewhere in there every CVC. It depends how close it is and how hard we have to try and all that stuff. And then over the course of the next 2 weeks, I bump it up to like 9,700, 9,800, 10K or whatever. I didn't have to spend as much the last CVC. So I just hit 10K today and I'm going to be ready to rock here in a few hours when CVC is live. So also the 10,000 thing in the Forge and the 2X things here in the CVC info tab can be good things to look out for as well. Also, another very common question about CVC. If you're watching this video in the future, then it won't pertain. But for this next CVC, as of me recording this, there is no personal rewards. So if you're watching this video a few months from now or whatever, and it popped up in your feed for like clan vs clan tips, don't worry about that. And the gist is that sometimes people like to know if there's personal rewards or not in a CVC, because it can be one that clans like to prioritize at a different level and all of that. But the CVC directly after me prepping this video is not going to have any personal rewards in it. So there we go. Hopefully these quick tips helped you as we prepare for CVC to launch and help you to maximize your productivity for the team. And if all of you are acting like that, hopefully it gives you a better chance to get the win in your next CVC match. But as always, remember to subscribe on your way out if you enjoy daily Raid Shadow Legends content. I'll see you soon in the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace.